So, good evening everyone and welcome back to some more ILR7 action. Today we're here for round 5 of the ILR Season 6 season, and we have reached Spain, one of the first, or the second in fact, European track of this season after just leaving back. Unfortunately I weren't here last week, but today I'm back. Thankfully Jack Goodin and Italy or Callum did cover me, so big thank you to them. My internet did have a big was playing up all on last week on the Thursday, so it didn't allow me to stream safely, so I told Jack and then they covered me. I didn't want to have to cut out halfway through the stream. Just changing the title now. So yeah, there's the title change. I will share the link out in the chat so people can watch, and let's hope the ILR7 drivers put in a good performance today. I think we're going to be waiting to 35 for some drivers. I think 35 then latest will be waiting. I do believe Waste just said he couldn't race. I'll just check the chat again. Let me have a look. I don't know what's going on with Waste, but he's got till 35, like said in the chat, and then we will go racing. I'm just gonna get the stream up now so I can see the comments. This is one of the difficult tracks to calendar. It's got a nice variety to it. It has recently just been retained onto the 2020 calendar for the next F1 season, so all the people who are worried about possibly not racing at Spain ever again, or might be its last time on this game, don't worry just yet. It's got another year, so you'll be driving it next game on F1 2020 if you decide to continue league racing. We've got 3 minutes to go and then we should be good to get ready and racing for what I hope is going to be a good race. Seems like in ILR, the tradition for ILR7, there seems to be a bit of a gap between the front lot and the mid pack. I hope this week there's no collisions at the start of lap 1 or towards the end of lap 1, because it really does shape up the next 26 odd laps for him. The next 32 laps it'll be, so hopefully we see good good fights for all drivers and nice clean racing. Sending links out now. Yep, so we've got people in. Make sure if you are new to the ILR channel to like and subscribe, and I think any minute now, 2 minutes to go, and then we'll be ready to get racing. I would ask in the chat, who are your predictions for the podium? I'm gonna go Speed Senna taking first place, with Nicky second and Ryan Berry taking that final podium position for tonight. I've got faith in Senna, the man who I believe is leading the championship. I'm just going to go onto the ILR forum now and just get it up so I can be 100% sure. So I don't want to be chatting rubbish, hopefully. So let me find it. There we are. I'm not used to using it on the computer, so it's kind of a weird one getting around it and trying to find it inside line. ILR League, there we go. Let me go onto the forum. Very nice forum, works very nicely, very clear, and once you're used to it, it's quite good. I'm just going to look for the F1 2019 ILR1 F1 PS4 Season 6, ILR7 and ILR7 Championship standings. So we've got Speed Senna. I'm just going to get it up. Speed Senna leading the way on 62. Ryan Berry in second on 44. Third is Nicky on 43. Fourth LK Kyle on 37. Fifth MK Bourne on 30 after an unlucky DNF for him last week. Dropped him down a position. Sixth is Apex Whiteout, set on 25. Seventh is KK on 17. Eighth is Speed Danscar on 12. Ninth is Extelion, who made his debut last week, and he did get a 4th place, a good result from him. And then rounding out the top 10, we've got Speed. I'll just double check. Speed Y Racing. In 11th, we've got Colours to God on 10. 12th, Philip Hodgson on 10. 13th, Risky Racer, who is on a 14th is Bill on 4, 15th Alex on 4, 16th Robert Jeep on 2, 17th J Luke on 1. We've got 3 drivers to not take off with any points with BAWRT, Wace, Panos D19 and Rude Galed. I'll get that right this time. I've got that right. I made sure. Dynamic weather official time. I'll get the Constructors Championship up as well. So leading the way is Mercedes on 74, second Racing Point on 44, third Williams on 43, fourth Alpha on 42, fifth McLaren on 38, sixth Renault 34, seventh Speedway Ferrari on 28, 8th Haas on 14, 9th Toro Rosso on 10, and 10th Red Bull, who are also on 10 points. So very close, to be honest, between, I'd say, second place and 7th. 16 points separating 5 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, in fact. Bit of a terrible one, that is. We've loaded in for qualifying, and don't know what's going on here. It looks a bit weird. There we are. The HUD's up, and that's what we like to see. I'm just gonna get the telemetry up. Hopefully my D-pad don't give way like it did on the last commentary I did for another league. D-pad gave way, so all this spectator thing was really hard to mono with the L3. The left stick really sensitive. So as I said, more people in the stream now. Welcome everyone to come in for some ILR7 action, and put your podium predictions in the chat. I'll be generally interested to see what you think. J Luke saying to die lap 1 going half, so he's putting half odds on him dying on that one. Not very encouraging, to be honest, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, we'll have to fitted tyres, so a lot of people are going to be fitting the hard tyres. I know it's going to be our first car. It's a racing point, is it? It's of course Ryan Berry, the only racing point for tonight's race, as unfortunately Wace had to pull out just a couple minutes before the race start, which is unfortunate for him. So 19 drivers, not quite a full grid, but always good turnout in this division, which I like to see. Hopefully, as I said, no incidents on lap 1 which do cause any incidents. Berry is the man I'm going to be watching on those hard tyres. They're going to be taking a little while to get up to temperature. Not going to be the best first lap. Expect times to constantly get faster and faster as the session goes along, as the track is rubbering in and getting used to these hard compound tyres. Seeing the racing point, the Mercedes powered car. For people who are new to F1, I will just run you through what the tyres are. The softs are the fastest tyre, offer the most amount of grip, but they die the quickest. They go off, they lose wear, they last the least amount of time. The mediums are the average tyre. They last a decent amount, have a decent amount of grip, and they last a decent amount of time. And then the hards are the slowest tyre, offer the least amount of grip, but are the longest duration of tyres. So this got boy Ryan Berry come down into turn 1, opening the DRS, be looking to get onto that inside apex. He does miss it just a little, which can put you off for turn 2. This is a very tricky first set. The long looping right-hander. Turn 3, a very challenging part for these drivers. Can easily understeer off if you don't have his grip. 22.5 for a set though, if I am correct. That's not too bad from Ryan, to be honest, on those hards. Very early on in the session, still over 15 minutes to go. Could see a possibility of rain, we just don't know. Ryan now coming through in the middle sector, a tight left right hander, turn 7 and turn 8. Very easy to get invalidated. We've got yellow in sector 3, our man just for cars. Back it up, and now through the fast, what could be flat turn 8 and turn 9, and it looked like that car bounced off the curb there. Looked very nerve-wracking death from my perspective. I thought he was going to go airborne once I saw that car like that. We got TTIP to say Senna bottle inbound. Senna is the championship leader. He really cannot be afforded to bottle if he wants to keep the championship lead. He's got about if I check the standings, he has got a Speed Senna's got an 18-point lead, so don't really want to be bottling. But here comes Ryan Berry. The first lap time set is a 120.4. It's not too bad. Let's see. Colours the God in the Toro Rosso, the man who was, I believe, on pole in Australia. He's had a bit of a difficult start to the season now. 5th, DNS. He hasn't had a start in the last 3 races. It's unfortunate for him. Philip Hogston, 20-point dead on the mediums. And Colours of God says a 23.9 invalid. So, who'd go to? LK Kyle, the man who got his first win of the season last time out in Azerbaijan, drove a beautiful race from what I saw. Had to tune in brief time to see what's going on. J-Luke goes second on the hards, MK Bourne goes third, Speed Sen on fourth. So I thought that was a strong time for Ryan, but J-Luke 3/10 faster than these two, or those guys. What a lap from him. I did not expect that coming out of him. LK Kyle lighting the rears up. So he comes through turn 16 for the first time in qualifying. It's 21.1 and he goes slowest out of all the cars set a time by 7 tenths. Never mind, Speed Wide Race does by 4 tenths. Who else can I go to? Okay, had a decent season, has had wing damage in a few races which hasn't helped him, but I'd like to see him do well. So he comes down into the end of sector 2 now, 52.6, locking that front left up just a little, really didn't help. He's losing the rear there. Those hards are offering hardly any grip for him, not working well from what we see at the moment. Hopefully he does progress during this session and find more grip out of those tyres, because it's looked very scruffy at the moment from OKK. As Risky Racer goes up to 4th in the Red Bull, good effort from him. Colours of God, 19.4 on them hards, what an effort from him. What about OKK up to the line, 20.6, so Colours of God on the hards, going pole by about half a second. What a lap. He'll be really, really happy with that time. Panos on the medium compound in through turn 16, 120.6, and I'm sure he'll be able to prove that. What about Speed Dance Car? He's going through turn 16 now. Those cars look so aggressive on those curbs. I don't know if it's something, spectator glitch or something, but it definitely looks way too aggressive. I want to find the championship leader, Speed Senna, who has in fact just started lapping those hards, going through turn 3. We've got yellows in sector 1, 2 and 3. I presume that's for cars going slow, and Colours of God gets well out of the way for Senna there, but all Panos off and he almost rejoins the track very dangerously. Cars going slow, left, right and centre. Yellow flag still waving in sector 1 and 2. It's not the best for cars on their flying laps. If this was real life, they'd be ordered to slow down. This would really heavily impede their time and could cost them, as you've seen on multiple occasions when racing in real life. Sector 2, still yellow flags where Senna is coming to the end of. It's gone away now, so we're back to green flag in qualifying. 52.2 in the middle sector. He's 2 tenths up on his time. This currently will be good enough to put him up towards MK Bourne to J-Luke range. Around that, I think he'll slot in right between those two unless he can find time in his final sector. The Brazilian made helmet in tribute for the great Ayrton Senna, coming through turn 14 and 15 and now into turn 16. Round the final corner he goes. What can Senna do? Can he get ahead of what is the fast time from Colours of God? No, he can't. He's half a second slower, but manages to slot his car onto P3 as Colours of God really is going slow. He's out of fuel. And if any cars are coming through turn 19, or turn 9, sorry, he could really heavily impede him. Alex, what's he? Alex then? Oh, Stellion, sorry, ex-Stellion, the man who I haven't seen before, goes 11th. So let's go back to Alex in the Haas on those hard tires. Everyone's setting times on the hard so far, so there's no indication that there will be rain at the start of this session, or they would have been got out on the softer tyres, trying to make the most of the tyres they can and try to get the best qualifying position. Alex on the run to the line says a 122.1, or 122.099 in fact, and goes 7th or 16th fastest. Ruud Garled has got quite a bit of traffic, the 2 Mercedes ahead of him. Oh, he's going to lose the rear. Oh, he's lost the rear, and he's into the barrier, and he's lost his front wing, and he's turned back into the barriers. And he's going the wrong way, so he needs to be careful. We've got the Ferrari of Stellion getting past. How is Ruud going to get out of this? He's reset to track. I think with no one around, if there's no one around him, that's a smart thing to do. But if there is, it's not the smartest. We'll see if someone's further up on their lap. Risky's gone off. Senna, J-Luke, no. As Dan's car is going to, actually no, I'll go back to who it was. Who was it? It was can't remember who it was. I was on board Bill. Through the middle set, there's a 10th down currently on his PB. He'll be looking to try gain that. Coming through the really fast there in turn 9. The more speed you take, the more time will gain. If you make a slight mistake through there, there's a good chance you can either end up in the gravel or having a huge shunt with the barriers. It's a very tricky corner, that, and I definitely wouldn't put it out there of someone crashing into that barrier during the race. I've seen it so many times before, and no doubt I'm sure we'll see it again sometime tonight. It's Bill comes into the final sector now, or is in the final sector, struggling in that Renault, and he's gonna throw that car into the pits. Alex has gone up to P8, improves by a second and a half on his time. What about Dan's car? Dan's car is currently 3/10 up on his time. That's currently good enough to slide his way into the top 10, and I assume with the track starting to rubber in, there'll be more time to gain this final sector unless he makes a mistake. Speed Dan's car in the Mercedes, his teammate currently P3 on the grid. What can Dan's car do in response? Can he get up there with his teammate? If he gets up there with his teammate, definitely it'd help them too. So then they can work together to try and get themselves up there and get a good result for the Mercedes team. Dan's car sets a 120.1 and goes right behind his teammate. He makes it all Mercedes, second row, third and fourth. Great effort from him. Someone I want to watch now, Ryan Berry, throwing that car in, runs wide. That could have been invalid, was a bit hesitant to keep going there. But Ryan is 4/10 up on his time, and currently that's only good enough to put him to third. But this is where you gain all your time. The final sector, the most low speed corners, this is where tyres make a difference. Expect to gain maybe another 3-4 on your PV so far if you go onto a softer set of tyres. But he looks a bit hesitant, Ryan. He comes through the chicane around turn 16 for the final time, or not the final time, sorry. On the mediums, he goes pole. He gained a lot of time in that final sector. 1:19.3. Just want to see the time he gained compared to his previous time. 6/10 he gained. So that just shows how much you can gain when on faster tyres. It's a Ferrari on one. Ferrari, a Y racer, a speed Y racer. No, it wasn't him. It was. Is it? No, he's not on one. So who's actually on that? Nicky is on in the Williams. Interestingly, going for the soft tyres, so Nicky could be committed to the 2-stop strategy, and really, that could be a decent strategy because you'll be able to capitalise on all those cars who have worn hards at the end, I assume, if you start on the medium. So it's a really tricky one here. You can either go 2-stop, deal with a bit of traffic but have much faster tyres, or 1-stop, get rid of the traffic, not worry about that, but then have worn tyres and a lot slower at the end. We've got to see Nicky 51-2 middle sector. It's not a bad time from Nicky so far. The final sector now, throwing that Williams in real life, the Williams be in the front or the back row of the grid. Can Nicky do the complete opposite and put it on pole position? I think she's back. I think Nicky's backed off. I think he's backed off his time. Yeah, he has. Someone who's further up on the lap is Stellion. We'll stick on board with him, and then I want to go to J Luke. Stellion now throwing that Ferrari through middle set. They're still out on hards, interestingly, so he's making sure he has enough time to go on the mediums and get the best out of those tyres. He's currently almost 5/10 up on that time, so that'll put him up to P9 at the moment, and with possibly more time to be gained in the final sector. I expect to see him maybe jump up to maybe P8, P7, or possibly even P6, just ahead of J Luke, I'd say. Maybe even Dan's car he could jump. See Stellion through the final chicane now, through turn 16 and on the run to the line. What a beautiful helicopter shot that is. Opens DRS and up to the line. He goes 7th, just behind J Luke. Good effort from Stellion. He'll be happy with that. Now Luke to be on board with. Half second up on his time, and if we see the improvement in the final sector that Ryan Berry did, 6/10, he's gonna smash it. He's gonna smash it if we get the same improvement in the final sector. J Luke round turn 16, open the DRS on the run to the line. 1:19.3, didn't smash it, but just about goes pole position. He'd be really happy with that. Someone I want to watch, Colours the God, who sets a 19.5 on the hards, only about 10th off pole position. Rudy Garland has crashed out, I assume, or was retired. So it's unfortunate for him, but Colours the God is the person I want to be watching, because he set a mental time on those hards. So I'd be generally intrigued to see what he can do on these mediums. If he can transform the pace from the hards to his teammate crashed out there, but if he can transform the pace from the hards to the mediums, he's gonna take pole by miles. I'd be interested to see, as sure as the 18 people watching ILR7 so far. Good evening to everyone who is watching tonight. MK Bourne 118.8 gets pole by half a second. What an effort from him. First man to dip into the 18s. Colours the God looked quite hesitant through the final chicane. Rounds the final corner. Can he get near pole position? On the run to the line. It's into the 18s. 18.5. What an effort from him. Takes pole by 3/10. But interestingly, J Luke behind, who I thought was a strong time, 8/10 behind in third place. What a gap that is. And if MK Bourne thought he brought out fastest lap, well, Colours the God brought one out of his hat and took pole very, very impressively. Speed Senna improves by 6/10 and goes up to P3. Who else could be on one? Robo G? No. Panos staying out, interestingly. We'll see what Panos does. Bill 6/10 up on his time, so I'm going to get ready to switch to him, and Panos doesn't improve. Bill runs a bit wide. Apex Whiteout has lagged out this session, but he has plenty of invites, so he should be able to get back in. And currently, Bill is a second up on his time, and if he can get this sector right, because his sector last time wasn't the greatest, he could jump up the grid quite nicely here. Second will currently get him up to P6, which he'll be very happy about, I assume. But through the final chicane, for I assume could be his last run in qualifying, Bill opens the DRS, run to the line, it's P3, makes it a Renault 2-3, what an effort, 1:19.2, he gained a lot of time in the final sector. He was on a 20.7, he improved by 1.5 seconds on those mediums. What about last week's race winner, LK Kyle, come through turn 3, see what he can do. Opens DRS, well, not opening DRS, but he's a 10th up on his set. The one we got yellows waving in sector 2 and 3, and Kyle has a little moment coming out of turn 5 there, or turn 4, sorry. I think it was turn 5. And it didn't look too great for him, so that could have cost him time. That corner is very understeer, very easy to go off into the gravel and spin the car around, but Kyle luckily didn't do that. But he's not going to get the maximum time he feels he could have got this lap. Apex Whiteout has rejoined the session with 1:50 to go. Be interested to see if he can get out on track. Kyle only a 10th up still, so really that mistake has cost him. See how he does. Round in final set, the yellows to set the one now. Why race the DNS? I wonder if that is a crash, or in fact retired. And Kyle, this is a scruffy lap from him. If I was Kyle, I'd just stay here. If you don't really want to be improving on a lap that's been as scruffy as this, drifting his way, and he's still, no, he loses time to his hards. Alex on those mediums now. Let's see what he can do. He was up in like P6 at one stage, now down in 14th. He's looking to get back up to where he was originally, up into high Ers from through turn 9. After this, we'll be opening the DRS and try to gain as much time as he can up into the overtake. The faster part to be in when on a straight, when trying to gain as much time you can. He's 7/10 up on his time. That put him on a 19.8 so far. Only good enough for what would be P7 or P8 in fact. But sure, there's got to be a lot of time gained in his final sector as he comes into the final chicane. Alex P890M looks decent from him, and now through turn 16 for his final lap here in qualifying. Speed Senna coming out on the softs, and Alex goes P9 on a 19.4. From third all the way to 9th. We're separated by 2/10. This risky racer goes up into the front row on a 118.812. What an effort from him, I completely missed that. Robo Jeep done. Kyle not going against Stellion in none. Is that quali done? Same quali's done on my screen, but it might be different on their screen. Checkered flags wave for Senna, for Ryanberry, for Philip, for what I assume will be Kyle, and Robo Jeep. So it allows someone like Nicky, I haven't seen much this session. Nicky in the Williams in the final sector. Nicky's had quite good pace this season in that Williams. I'll be interested to see what he can do here. rounding the long everlasting corner it seems to get that traction down. And now what I despise of this track, the final sector, or the final few chicane. I wish it could have been like 2004 where you could just go right through the fast right-hander, and we've got cars going slow all over the place, and Nicky sets a 19-1. But what was that? Cars slow, I assume from retired, and if that blocked Nicky, then whoever's cars those were could have been in a bit of trouble. Panos 6/10 up on his time, and then I think Panos will stay P16 unfortunately for him. Speed Dan's car done with qualifying, and that is your qualifying done. Good effort so far from the drivers, put on a very close qualifying, and if we see qualifying like this, if it transitions to the race, then I'm really going to be looking forward to it. So what a qualifying that scene. Great time from Colours to God on pole position, a 1:18.5. I did not expect that to come out from him, and he is going to be really happy with that. We've got Stellion saying he was a second and a half up and invalidated. A second and a half would put him on a 1:18.7, which would put him second place, which is unlucky for him. But that is your short qualifying done. We have Colours that got on pole, with Risky Racer second, MK Bourne in P3, Nicky P4, Bill P5, Senna P6, 7th is J Luke, 8th Dan Scott, 9th Ryan Berry, and round out the top 10 is okay. In 11th is Alex, 12th Philip Hogston, then everyone I assume below is on hard, so Stellion, Kyle, RoboG, Panos, Apex Whiteout and Speed Y Racer all on hard, with Rude Gulled unfortunately crashing out, not setting a time, not looking good from his perspective. And I am behind Wommer because we had to start 5 minutes late, unfortunately. It looks quite dry at the moment here in Spain. I think it's going to be a nice easy one stop unless people get damaged. No one will use the softs this race. If anyone uses the softs, they're very bold. They are very bold indeed if they use the softs. VVT 1 Player of the Year. Was that what? So the one, what's it called again? I can't remember the name of the trophy. The one Ronaldo and Messi have, the UEFA one, yeah. What is it? I can't remember what it's called though. So we're going to be getting ready to get going here. In saying the formation lap is about to take way, and let's get the tyres up. So everyone apart from Stellion, RoboG, Panos and Y Racer are all on the mediums, with those guys on the hard tyres. As I said, now after qualifying, predictions for this race, I'll be very interested. I'm going to go bold. Senna will win. Nicky second, and who should I go for a third place? I say Dan's can't make it Mercedes podium. I think I'm trying to be a bit ambitious there. But who knows? Cars weaving out, trying to get full grip into those tyres for when the lights go out. You don't have good tyre temps, you're not getting a good start. It's pretty much guaranteed. As Colours to God has got what I believe his actual legitimately first pole position, not the, I think it was in Australia he might have got one, or I can't remember if it was him or his teammate that got penalised. I know one of the Toro Rossos got penalised, but we got a Toro Rosso field sandwich with Colours in first and Rude Gulled in 19th. It'll be interesting to see what Rude can do. He's been struggling with the car. That car looks very unstable, and now all the cars are around in turn 16 to get ready on the grid. We're going to see Ruud Gullit at the back, the last car to put up into his grid slot. Hopefully there's not a collision on that one. We saw a massive lag incident last week between I think it was Waze and RW not racing, I believe, due to his internet issues. I think he's trying to get that sorted for next week. I think we should see him back on the grid this time next week on a Thursday at 6:30. Well, it is 7 o'clock now, and the cars have just pulled up to the grid. Everyone is on the grid. Hopefully it's a good race. The lights are on here in Spain. It's 3, it's 4, it's 5, and it's lights out. And the way we go for the start of the ILR7 Spanish Grand Prix is a good start from Colours to God. The Renault's behind, look like they've got a decent start. The Red Bull's got a good slipstream. Can he go down the inside of Colours to God? Risky racer, going for a risky move possibly. No, he isn't. But MK Bourne and his teammate Speed Senna, who's dropped back. Nicky has dropped back off the start, and we haven't got any yellows at the moment. Haven't seen many cars drop back. And Colours to God looks like he's got away quite cleanly. I think everyone's away quite clean. I don't think there's any damage in the field at the end of lap 1. We'll be able to see, I think I spoke a bit too soon. It's Ryan Berry in the racing point. He is off at turn 4. And what's happened there? He's had a collision with someone who's spun around. And the Renault of Bill down the inside of Speed Senna. He's got through. Good move from him. And we've got the McLaren and I think it was the McLaren when I don't know who it was. I don't know who he'd gone board with. We've got Nicky trying to make a move down the inside of Dan's car. Nicky trying to make up for the lost positions. I think it's that bit of front wing damage was at the Bollard track. I just don't know. Look at that. Colours have gone. It's almost he's broke the DRS already. 1 second out in the lead. And we've got yellows at the back. Is that Panos? I think it is Panos going slow. But on lap 1, your leader is Colours the God, the risky racer. Second behind with MK Bourne is second behind. Bill 7 tenths behind. And then we've got what I feel is going to be a massive DRS train here in Spain. It's so hard to overtake it. Let's see if the drivers can prove me wrong and pull off moves left, right and centre. And now I'm saying don't go for something silly, but provide some good action for us. Dan's car in the Mercedes looks like he's struggling a bit with that rear end. Looks a bit loose. But all the way from 11th to 4th, they're all in DRS range with each other. LK Kyle just a second behind in 12th place, and then got a train behind him. I expect to see. I don't think Ryan Berry got damaged, did he? I'm just going to check. You're going to see the front wing at racing point. We've got the Williams there. No, he's got away with no damage, just a spin. No, unfortunately for him. Let's go back. See how Ruud's doing the 16th. Oh, no, Philip Hogston. He was within a 10th of his teammate. Look at that, car's riding that curve really aggressively. And Philip's going to go down the inside of a KK. No, he can't. And the train, I think, starting to split up a little. So we've almost got cars out of a second range of each other already. And the way it keeps going, Colours of God could run away with this race if he keeps putting in laps like that. Lap 1, so that was great from him. Dan's car hits the back of Nicky Williams. Sorry, the Mercedes. It looks really, really, really unhappy at that rear of the car. Doesn't look stable at all. Something I would not like to be driving. Nicky possibly have a chance getting past Luke. No, he can't. Luke. Oh, Luke! J-Luke! Oh my God, how's he not end up in the barrier? Lucky for him. But now Alex, and where's Luke? Luke's still on the track! Oh my God, there could be a huge accident. He almost done a Roman Grosjean, and that man, he just bottled left, right and centre. My heart, I don't know what to say there. That was close. He almost Roman Grosjean'd it. And if that happened like real life, we could have seen a massive pile-up coming through turn 3. But interestingly, last week out, I think we saw one of the first safety cars, or one of the only safety cars of the whole ILR season. And this time ILR1 back. Hopefully we may see a safety car here in Spain. Looks a bit iffy if we will, but I don't think so, just due to how rarely it comes out. We've got MK Bourne and Bill, the two Renaults, scrapping over 3rd and 4th, the final podium here. And Bill not Bill, sorry, yeah, Bill in fact, will be looking to get past MK Ball. Could we see a bit of team orders here? DRS is enabled. He's going to have to slipstream as the Renault driver. The two teammates going to go fighting, are they? No, they're not. MK Ball doesn't battle. Bill down the inside. Hopefully not enough time lost. Oh no, MK Ball holds on around the outside. They are going to fight. And there's a bit of incident. And Bill's into the barrier through turn 3. He's going to be fuming. He's lost his wing. A simple mistake from him. And that's what happens. And we've got the Alpha and the Haas going side by side through turn 3. And they're going to have to navigate their way past Bill, who's got big damage to that front wing. Expect to see him into the pits. We've got Rude Galed having an incident down the back, I think. And OKK just holds on. Has Rude got a bit of front wing damage? Just want to check. He has. Rude's got front wing damage. That car looked terrible to drive. Nah, this is I want to watch the P8 and P9. Philip Hogston and OKK, the Haas and the Alfa Romeo, both Ferrari powered cars, battling away, and it can't get close enough there. Sorry about that. Sorry if you hear the yawn, and I do sincerely apologise. And Philip loses it. That curb there, that one that sticks up very easily. Very easy to lose the rear there if you put too much of your car there. We've got Yellis in sector 2, and is it not? It's not built. It's Rude got let out of the race. That man is having a mare to the start to the season. Time to watch speed. Dan's got Mercedes versus William. Bill is out now. Round the outside goes Dan's car. Can he get the move done? What a move he does. Round the outside, confident on the brakes. Philip Hogston in the background gets past the KK, but what a move from Dan's car. Confident on the brakes. DRS, slipstream, overtake us, and gets through. We got Ryan Berry and Panos battling it away here. Going through turn 3, and Panos tries to get a switch, but we got cars off there. Look at that, we got a massive train. And Ryan cuts off there. He's not interested, and Panos now spins around, and luckily the no ABS stops him from spinning into the barriers, and this man is having a terrible race now. But now back to the battle. Nicky be looking to get back past Dan's car. We've got action left, right and centre. J Luke passes Panos. Action all over the place. It's hard to cover all the action. I'm trying to include as many battles as I can, but I think this is what I'm going to have to watch for P5 and P6. The one now I'd give you 10 points or 8 points. Nicky be looking to get back past what Dan's car on the straight. Try copy what Dan's car done to him, and Dan's car gets a much better run, but runs quite wide, and that's going to hinder his run through turn 16. And whether Nicky is close enough, I don't know. But look at Alex in the background. He'd be sniffing a chance of possibly getting past them both. They do lock horns with each other. Nicky's going to go down the inside. Dan's car doesn't defend. Nice and easy on the brakes. And Nicky gets the move done, and let's see, we've got action on the straight. Oh, is that Alex? Alex now losing it coming through turn 1. And then KK moves up there. Philip Hodgson gets past. Kyle gets past. Cars seem to be losing it left, right and centre. It's unfortunate for them. It's like a spinning fest for them. But interestingly, lap 6, Colours of Gold running away with this at the moment. Really good from him. Got Ryan Berry in speed. Y Racer off now. Don't know what's going on with these drivers. Sorry. Every car going off at any given opportunity. Lots of action here as we approach not even a third way through this race. I'd say we've still got a long way to go, but the Colours have got a lap 6. That's the fastest lap. He's just showing the pace he has around it. Great drive from him so far. The time to see Philip Hogston, KK possibly got back in. I don't know why. I'm sorry if I'm so tired. She just got in like 10 minutes before I had to start the stream, so I do sincerely apologise to all the people that decided to tune in to the ILR7 race. Let's see. Oh, Whiteout and Stallion battling, and Whiteout has got through. Whiteout, let's get the position change up. Let's get the... So our biggest gainer so far has in fact been Apex Whiteout, starting 17th up to P10. Got Kyle starting 14th up to 9th. Hogston starting 12th up to 8th. McKake 10th to 7th. And our biggest loser is J-Luke, down 10 positions from 7th on the grid to 17th. Won't be too happy with himself, did hit the barrier unfortunately, which did cost him his front wing and made him shame had to make another pit, so let's check. Oh no, he didn't, he just had to stay out. Down his 17th is not the greatest for him. Spinning through turn 3. Stallion looks like he's got quite a horrible run. Robo Jeep twitching through there. And interestingly, Nicky in that battle with Dan's car has broke the DRS, so Nicky has done a good job there, and now he will be after Speed Centre. But here comes Ryan Berry, in fact, getting past Robo Jeep into turn 1, racing point, gets past the Red Bull, nice and easy. I didn't even see Ryan Berry go for that. I didn't even think he was in the battle. But Ryan, he's got past 1, he'll be looking to get past 2. Ryan Berry down the inside turn 4, he's used a lot of his DRS. Stallion, has he got front wing damage? Yeah, he does. Stallion has front right end plate damage, which is unfortunate for him. Well, Stallion's going to have to stay out an awful long time with that wing damage, and it's going to cost him time so much. It's unfortunate for him. But it's what happens if you start on the hardest tyre and unfortunately do get front wing damage. And Robo GP looking to get past. Oh, car twitching off. The Haas in the background of Alex. Don't know how he didn't end up in the barrier there. Very lucky to not win it. Do you have any questions for me? Feel free to ask. I will take it to out, and I'll 100% definitely read them and answer them to the best ability I can. Robert Cheat didn't get the greatest run. The Stallion is out of the DRS, so he won't be getting any aid there to give him a bit of an extra boost in the straight. And Ryan Berry is showing really impressive pace, getting back up the grid after what was an unfortunate lap 1 collision. Good evening to Lewis. Sorry about that. What speed? Y Racer getting a time penalty, 3 seconds added to his race time. See who Speed Senna I need to go on board with. The man for the battle for podium now. He is currently setting a PB, and he's starting to push. But look at Colours of God at the front. He's gapped the field. Almost 9 seconds in the lead on lap 9. This could really be an outstanding race from him. NK Bourne run very wide there. And it could compromise his run in the straight, but he looks like he's gained a bit of time on Senna, in fact, by doing that. Senna does set a PB of a 1:22.6, and currently I believe Colours of God will be getting 26 points due, getting the extra point for fast lap. But here comes Senna round the outside of MK Bourne. MK Bourne parts that Renault very nicely, and now Senna will be looking to get up past and possibly make more ground up. This is crucial for, oh, not really crucial. Is it crucial? Because who's second in the standings? Just need to check. Second is Ryan Berry, and he's miles off him, so it's really not going to be helping him. Well, it's going to be helping Senna, but not Ryan. Senna would be gaining 12 more points and be extending his gap at the front, which is what he'd like to see. Build up the biggest gap so he can possibly get the title wrapped up as easy as possible come the end of the season. Let's see the Mercedes driver getting a decent run out of turn 9. Got the Williams. I don't know if that's a glitch. I think that's a glitch from Codemasters end. Cars aggressively reacting to those curves. And look very frightening to drive what's actually happening. Okay, boy, 6 heads ahead of Senna as we come on to lap 11 of this Spanish Grand Prix. Look at that! That's honestly truly amazing what I've just seen. Colours of God gets a time penalty up in the lead. Bill leaves the session, but here comes Senna, opens the DRS. Trust me, tries to go around the outside, not close enough. He really needs to be about 4 tenths behind if he wants to stand a chance of going for a move. Any more, I reckon he's out of it. But let's see, can Senna get a run through turn 3 here? He can, I think. No, MK Bourne prefers to take the wide line. Got Ryan getting past Apex right up. I want to watch this battle for what is for the final podium position. See, who do you think will come out on top? Will it be MK Bourne? Will it be Speed Senna? Got another 22 laps of possible action to see what could happen. Also, in breaking news today, if you haven't seen it, Esteban Ocon will be driving in the Renault for next season, replacing Nico Hülkenberg, with Bottas retaining his Mercedes seat for at least another season. So, good news for all those drivers, apart from if your name is Nico Hülkenberg. Good. We want to see him back in the sport next season. He's a good name for it. Hopefully, we do see him. CMK Bourne and Speed Senna. I do really apologise for the yawning. He's 6 tenths behind again, but he's got a better launch off the final corner this time. So Nicky's starting to gain a little. And here comes Senna with a slipstream to the outside. Can he get it done? Round the outside he goes. And he gets the move done, does he? Yes, what a move from Senna. Up into the podium. And now is his chance to go after Risky Racer, who is in P2. With Colours of God checking out in the lead of this race. Got Ryan and Kyle battling. Shame really, because Ryan's had really good pace this race. But unfortunately, getting caught up in lap 1 collisions is not what you need, and really does affect you for the rest of your race. He's navigating his way through the traffic well. He is overtaken very nicely, which is something you like to see. See, I think I have to go to MK Bourne again. See if he can keep up with Senna and possibly have a chance of getting back past him up into P4. Gotta wait and see. And MK Bourne takes to the pit lane. He's looking for an undercut, but where will he come out? Risky Racer also pits. If they come out in traffic, it's really going to hinder their race. They really have to get out ahead of the battling Stellion, Robo Jeep, Alex battle for P12, 13 and 14. But he's sticking on board Risky Racer. Where will he come out? Ryan Berry rounds turn 16. Ferrari just behind. I think he's going to come out just ahead of Ryan, is he? Or is it going to be close? Ryan's out ahead of MK Bourne, but not ahead of Risky Racer. Oh, MK Bourne! Naivety! From what I saw, he put the brakes on very late there. And the undercut, a possible chance of the undercut on Speed Senna is now officially gone. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Lewis Harwood. We've got 2 Lewises both saying hi in the chat. MK Bourne aggressively down the inside, he'd be looking to get past these cars. Not messing about, shove Stellion wide. A bit questionable, if you ask me. White Racer gets another penalty, I believe. Now, 6 seconds for him. And Colours of God can afford to extend the stint for a little longer if he wants, just to make sure he doesn't come out in any bit of traffic. Just let the cars behind all pit. And then you pit once their tyres are done. And they've pitted. I reckon he'll come out. What's the gap to lead? I reckon he lost around 18 seconds. Also, I'd say Colours of God pit at the end of this lap. Nice and easy for him. Now, where will MK Bourne come out in comparison to Senna? Mercedes, interestingly, double stacking. Sorry about that, my dog was about to come into my room and start barking, so you know I had to stop him from doing that. And look how much time MK Bourne has lost. He's out behind Nicky. He's gonna be well frustrated with that. I want to see how Senna will navigate his way past Rowe, but I wonder if Ryan will pit at the end of this lap. And look at that, colours have got 27-second lead on lap 14. These pits, truly amazing. And Senna can't get past due to the fact that Ryan has DRS. As we approach the halfway stage of this race, my dog has come in my room once again trying to get him out, so don't disturb the stream, because he will disturb the stream. He will disturb the stream, unfortunately, so I'm trying to do the best I can. Ryan Berry pits and colours to God. Sorry about that. Once again, he come in my room once again. Who was it? Was it Robo Chief and Dan's car battling? We got Alex recovering earlier on from his spin. Oh, Stellion spins! Oh, and just about avoids the barrier. The KK just sneaks through. Good driving from him. The gap between at the front now is 12 seconds. I think Colours have got lost a bit of time there compared to his rival. Need to watch Dan's car, who is on the back of Robo Jeep. Robo Jeep just seems to be like a moving bus at the moment. No one can get past him on lap 15. It's unfortunate for him. Let's see how other races are going whilst this is happening. Very interesting so far. Get back to focusing this race here. Dan's car. Oh, hold up. We managed to see a bit of action P4 here. Then I'll move to the Dan's car Rubber Jeep battle. Nicky is just pulling away on the straight, even with DRS. So, and you know what? Dan's car's got past Rubber Jeep before we even got onto the straight, which is quite fascinating. JP crashed at turn 2. It's unfortunate for him. I feel like it's be a bit of a long race now. I reckon the lead's just checked out, and we won't be seeing a battle for any time soon. Built driving well until that incident. Unfortunately, I'm unlucky on that. I come back stronger next week for Monaco, an interesting race, but I expect to see a lot of front wings missing. It's natural, any division it will happen, from the best drivers on ILR1 Xbox to ILR1 PS4 to ILR5 on Xbox to ILR8 on PS4. Got a battle now, Hogston, Stellion. Hogston be looking to get that past Colours of God, just certainly for authority. As Hogston goes down the inside, can he get it done? He kindly forces him off track now. His Ferrari teammate will be trying to get through Y Racer. Hopefully we don't see those two come together. Those two are both been on those tyres 15 laps along with Panos, so they're not made their stop yet, I believe. We'll have to pit at the end of that one due to front wing. That was like, let me just check. Look, they've not made their stop, so their race really is being compromised here. They're going to be battling for position. I thought they weren't battling for position, but it turns out they are. Personally, I feel like Monaco's a track you just can't practice for, because it's never. Oh, bit of contact there, but Holston gets past Stellion. Never a guarantee that you will keep your front wing for that whole race. If you keep your front wing for the whole race and drive at a decent pace, you're looking good. But if you don't, it's going to be a long lasting race. You all could be very short with losing your wheel on the opening couple of laps. Ferrari's battling. Y Racer launching down the inside, what I assume is Stellion, and he is up to P11. Now these two fighting for position. Who will pit first, Stellion or Y Racer? I just don't know. I'm going to go up to the front now. I might just wait a minute because Panos is on the back of Stellion. I'll go to Senna now as he launches one down the inside as Panos. Oh my god, it looked like a bit of lag. Time to watch Senna who's catching Risky Racer. Risky Racer going to defend the inside. No, he won't. Down the inside goes Senna, up into P2. Risky Racer will be looking to try and get the switch back, but he can't, and that's Senna up into P2, which he'll be loving to see because his team is rivals are currently P14s and P5. Well, one of them banned for P4. But Senna getting a healthy 18 points for his championship fight. Why couldn't we see this colours of God all season? He'd be amazing if we could see this all season. 14.2 seconds in the lead on lap 18 of this Spanish Grand Prix. What a job he's doing. If he keeps this gap or just extends it, sorry, he'll be my driver of the day. Got a battle going on for P13 still. Panos and Stallion still going at it. Colours of God doing another fastest lap. Just shredding this field at the moment. And Panos is not looking to go down the inside. So, who do I turn my attentions to? I will turn to there's hardly anyone now within a second of each other. I think Risky Racer is the best shot, but he don't have a chance of getting past into turn 1. And it looks like there's no KK and Robo Jeep hasn't pitted yet. The KK has, so KK will be looking to get past him and fell at 2.5 seconds behind. See the run through turn 3, and he's leveled his personal best in sector 1, so doing a good job. But he's in got 100% ERS as a KK, so he's got to be burning some ERS surely. I think when he goes for an attack, he should. When he goes for a move, he should do it, because that is way too much ERS to be on at this stage of the race. If I was someone like Colours of God, I wouldn't worry about being on 0 ERS, but when you're stuck behind the car who hasn't pitted, you need to up it, and he's upped it just a little. Maybe it's nice to look at that 100% battery. Just don't know. You know what spices this race up? A safety car. Safety car really would spice this race up. Be interesting to see what it could do. Anyway, here comes the KK up into higher now overtake us. He'll be looking to get past Robo Jeep in the slipstream. Nice broadcast cam. Come down into turn 1. I expect him to get the move done before turn 1. Alfa Romeo versus Red Bull. The Alfa Romeo is ahead of him. Nice and easy. When we've got Panos pitting instead of him also pitting. Expect them to go onto the medium tyres. And last week's race winner, currently P14. I have a look at last week's podium finishers. So Kyle first is 14th this race. Second was Senna, who's second again this race, good consistency. And third is Nicky's in 5th, so not bad from him as well. So really, only podium sitter from last week's letting down a bit is Kyle. Interestingly, Senna hasn't broke the DRS of Risky Racer yet. Both on quite low hours, with Senna's a little more. Risky Racer gets the better run through turn 16. I assume, but he got a decent run through the chicane. With 7 tenths behind, he doesn't really have a chance getting past it unless Senna's conserving his battery. A little lag involved. Senna's conserving his battery. He had to up it a little to cover off the attack, because Risky Racer did gain quite a lot on that straight compared to Senna there. So it was crucial he upped that ERS, because he was asking for none, so he was losing up to about 160 horsepower on that straight, I'd say. See Nicky on the back of OK Bourne up for P5 and 4 here, who will come out on top. MK Bourne 5 seconds off P3, so unless it's a mistake, he looks quite out of the running for the podium. I reckon P4 he'd be happy for. Risky said are in the same team and Prix, so don't expect the move. If I see same team, Will Murdoch, one's in a Mercedes and one's in a Red Bull, so they're not in the same team in my eyes, so hopefully they go battling. Got yellows in sector 2. It's Apex Whiteout. He's spun it from where? Is that turn 9? Yeah, it is turn 9. He's lost it again. I can't see who, due to the grain or whatever. And a long day, which seemed like a decent race, has come to what is, what I assume is going to be a miserable ending. As Colours to God, just got one more so set the one now. Is that Robo Jeep? It is, those tyres are quite worn. Is it a puncture from him? 21 laps on the set of hards. Alex, 21 laps on the set of mediums. I didn't notice. Those tyres must be screwed. Surely he's got to be going soft. Colours have got another time, honey, but 18 seconds in the lead. He don't have to worry. A nice and easy one for him. Expect to see Alex into the pits now, surely, because he's done over half the race on the medium tyres. Tyres that are meant to only go maximum around 14 laps. He goes 21. And comes in slowly for a set of the soft compound tyres. We've got Nicky and MK Braun getting ever closer now. Expect to see a move happen in the next couple of laps. Let's see. It's about after second ball. Alex comes out in P12, so he'll be looking to get into the points. Robo Jeep stays out once again, and really it looks quite likely that Alex will get a point here. So if he sets the fastest lap, it will be valid for him. Hello Lewis once again, welcome back. 19 seconds. Colours of God is in the lead, right? Truly amazing. Got yellows in sector 2. Don't know who that is for. I think it's White Racer, but let's watch MK Bourne and who's this? Nicky. MK Bourne and Nicky. Guy now Nicky with his PB this race, 22.1, not too bad from him. He's opening up the DRS slipstream. Can he get close enough for a lunge? No, he can't. A bit too far back. Turn 3 runs quite right, understeer, that, yeah, it's not helping the car. Really doesn't help, going to lose a lot of time due to that, and he'll be urged to get past. MK Ball runs quite deep, so this could open an opportunity, but in fact running deep is allowed MK Ball to get a better exit. Truly fascinating there. Going through fast turn 9 now. Nicky with IndyILR, so this will allow him to close a little more to possibly line a move up on the home straight. Colours gone now 20 seconds in the lead. I don't think I've seen such dominant drive this season. This is truly amazing from him. Nicky hasn't got a run through the final sector 2 first. It's really going to put her off, and NK, I'm so sorry Nicky, put him off. And interestingly, Senna's got repassed by Risky Race. I was too busy focusing on this battle, and Will Murdoch said they weren't going for an overtake, but they're battling away for P2. Who's going to come out on top? Will it be Senna? Will it be Risky Racer? Will they collide with each other? be very controversial if they do. They're side by side. Red Bull with Risky Racer holding it around the outside. Go side by side into turn 6. And Senna retakes P2. Good battling between those two there. Robo Jeep finally pits. Long time on those hards. Got yellows in sector 2. J. Luke has crashed out. VSC! Their virtual safety car has been deployed. And why couldn't that not have been a full safety car? I mean, really. And Carlos of God has taken the opportunity to pit. Okay, gets a drive through. That's his race pretty much over now. They're back to a green flag race, and Senna, where will he come out in comparison to Colours of God? This could be costly. This really could. This could be quite costly here. Oh, it's going to be really close. Here comes Colours of God. He's really spiced this up. Kyle's retired. And Risky Race is up to second. Expect Colours have got to go off into the distance unless those tyres severely die. Senna back down the inside through turn 3. They're going to be battling the way. The red Mercedes and the Red Bull. Through turn 3 and into turn 4. Senna once again just holds on. But Risky Race is not going to give this up. Switcheroo he goes for. And he can't get it done. And just about holds on to the race leader's colours. Gone. Risky Racer gets a time penalty. Fortunate for him, we've got both McLaren's DNFing on the same lap, which is very disappointing for them. Miserable weekend comes to an end for them here in Spain. And Senna's already lost 2 seconds to Colours. This man is flying. Nicky loses out a lot of time, so there's no cars ready from DRS each other. So let's watch Colours of God for what I assume is going to be the fastest lap here in Spain. Coming down into turn 1 in 4th gear, takes a lot of the 2 inside curves then, and now out turn 2 on the run to turn 3. Could be flat in qualifying, just about flat in the race, but really revving that engine out. He is currently 4 tenths up on his PB, so yeah, he should get fastest lap. Now through one of the longest corners there, my phone's just dropped. Great. Kyle's left session. The gap's up to 3 seconds between them now. It's that really clean lap from Colours of God now. So he comes into through the middle sector, turn 7 and turn 8, and now into the fast turn 9. If he wouldn't want to be going too fast in case he dips the wheel into the gravel and spins off into the barriers. Looks very clean there. Now into the final sector. A second up on his personal best. Now this way you can easily throw it away. Very nice grip there. We've got yellows in sector 1. I wonder who that is for. Don't know who it is. I'll have a look after. Colours of God really thrown this whole Rosso around this track. It's really is good from him. So he comes through the final corner now. Colours of God. Oh no, MK1's lagged out. Colours of God sets the fastest lap of anyone, 19.6. Beautiful from him. Now that allows Nicky to take P4. And what looked like such a great race has gone to the terrible, quite terrible, with lagging. I feel bad for him. Anyway, he's rejoined just about. Might have had an error, mate. That car is going quite slow. He needs to get back up to speed. Apex Whitehouse unlapped himself in P15. See, I think hopefully Risky Racer can provide a bit of action. Possibly see these two guys come together. We just don't know. With 5 laps to go, Colours of God's got a 5.6 second lead. If those tyres severely die, if Senna has no penalties, Colours of God could have threw away this race victory. Those softs won't be that great, to be honest. He won't be after a couple of more laps, and we could see Senna claw the gap back. If Ryan Berry gets a penalty, that's 5.8. At the moment, Colours of God could have thrown away what looked like an easy race victory. Gap 6.1. I reckon he will stay with the race win, but just about. He really needs to extend that gap by at least another second, because soon those softs are gonna die. It's gonna be really bad for him if he can't extend that gap much more, because it's set to see those hards start to close in once again. 6.2. He's not really extending the gap as much as he was. Has he taken too much out of those soft tyres already at the start? Let's see. That gap 6.7, so I reckon Colours of God has done enough to just stay in the lead and keep this race victory. But then there is another couple of laps to go. Risky Race is still lapping consistently with a 21.7. I want to see what Colours' last lap was. Colours' last lap was 1:20.6 compared to his PB of a 19.6, so he's lost a second already to his fastest time, but he's gained 4 tenths through this first sector on Senna, so I think he's just going to be safe just about with winning this race. So you got Ryan Berry and Philip Hogston battling away for what is P7. Ryan making up good ground after what was an unfortunate first lap collision for him. And Colours of God really can't afford to get another time penalty, so that put him on 9 seconds. Philip Hogston is still there, but Risky Racer is 2 tenths behind. So this race is dragging out a little now. Let's see some of the... Oh my god, I've completely forgot. I sincerely do apologise. The race is sort of dragged out a little now, and I completely forgot we had another camera angle. But anyway, here comes Risky Racer. Coming down into turn 1. Can't get the move done. See Philip Hogston and Ryan Berry. Oh, I can't believe it. I've literally can't believe it. Ryan Berry sets a PB there, 21 dead. Not too bad for me. I just want to see Colours of God. What's his lap time last lap? 20.2, so he's picked up the pace by 4 tenths compared to the other lap, so maybe those tyres are... Maybe they're not as dense as I thought they'd be at this stage. Giving me good data. But interestingly, the person who shocked me the most was Alex. 21 laps on a set of medium tyres. I've not thought I'd be seeing that at this stage of the race. Let's just go back to about lap 26, where Colours of God, I thought, threw away this race victory by pitting under the virtual safety car, but instead he's came out just about in the lead and extended his gap massively. 9.5 seconds is the gap to Speed Senna, and I honestly could have thought we could have seen this race lead up by about 25 seconds. See Philip Hogston on the back of Ryan Berry. What, yellow's in sector 3? Who is that for? Who is it? Why I say yellow's in sector 3? What's happened? I don't know. It's the only battle we really actually have on track. It's the only battle we have DRS, or people that are DRS with each other. Ryan Berry and Philip Hodgson. The rest of the field are out of DRS with each other, which is quite disappointing. You've got Y Racer and RoboJeep really like close to each other for DRS, but it is what it is, unfortunately. See, coming through turn 9. Well, actually, in fact, we got RoboJeep getting past Stallion and Y Racer getting past Stallion. So was that yellow flag for Stallion? It was. He's got front left end plate damage now. So we had front right at the start. And left. It wouldn't show who it was for yellow flags. It didn't show any. Oh, who was that? It was an Alfa Romeo. Oh, I thought it was a battle, but it was the Alfa Romeo. There, getting past. See, I think I have to go to this Y Racer versus RoboJeep battle for what is P12, and then I just need to keep, or P11, I need to keep an eye on the race leader, Stallion, who is in AI mode. He could kill Colours of God here. He's, oh no, no, Stallion, that is very questionable. But anyway, round the final corner comes Colours to God. He will dominate and win the Spanish Grand Prix. Nice and easy for him. Second will be Speed Senna, coming home in a very good position. Finishes 2.8 off. Third, Risky Racer. Fourth, Nicky will Risky keep on the podium. No, he won't. He loses it by a tenth. Fifth will be MK Bourne. Sixth will be Danskar. Seventh, Ryan. Oh, sixth, MK Bourne. Oh my god, Ryan, that is very questionable. Seventh, Ryan Berry. Eighth, Philip Hodgson. Philip jumps him. Ninth will be Alex on what is a tremendous strategy. 21 laps on a set of mediums, and never thought you'd see it. Okay, unfortunately with the drive-through comes home to somehow keep hold of P10, with 11th being Y Racer and RoboJeep. The final two cars to finish with Steady and Panos and Apex Whiteout all being lapped by the race winner, Colours the God. A pretty god performance, if I have to say. Oh my god, huge accident for Y Racer there. Well, we have a British driver standing on the front, or the top step of the podium. Colours of God take his first win of this season, with Senna in second, and third being Nicky. What a drive from him. The champagne is being sprayed here. Great drive. And the drivers going to huddle together. What a drive from Colours of God. My driver today by miles. So, let's take the results here. Colours of God is your race winner with Senna in second. Third, Nicky. Fourth, Risky Racer, missing out by a tenth. Fifth, Danskar. Sixth, MK Bourne. Seventh, Philip Hodgson. Eighth, Ryan Berry. Ninth, Alex P890M. And round out the top 10 is a KK21. In 11th, we have RoboJeep. 12th, Y Racer. 13th, Stallion. 14th, Panos. 15th, Apex Whiteout. 16th is LK Kyle, 17th J Luke, and 18th, all two mechanics DNF. Bill 18th DNF, and 19th Rude Guled, unfortunately DNF. This has been ILR7. I'd like to say thank you for watching, everyone, and good night.